Tonight, it's the National Football League. Super Bowl 62. And the Cleveland Browns taking on Trey Lance and the New Orleans Saints.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy as it'll be the AFC champion Cleveland Browns taking on the NFC champions, the New Orleans Saints. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. I mean, this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, confidence. These guys don't lack for either one of those. Now they're here. Now they're ready to win.
Meanwhile, our NFC champions, they have gone through a lot to get where they are. Everybody knows their story this season. What's the key for them as they start this Super Bowl?
Let's go full cliche on this one because it works. Remember what got you here. Been a winning formula all season long. This is a team that when we saw them in the preseason, we said they look like a group that has what it takes to be a Super Bowl winning team. And we've been proven right by what we've seen throughout the season.
It's been a tumultuous 2 weeks, but it is finally time for football as we're underway in Super Bowl 62. And we will not have a return, so the first drive of this Super Bowl will begin at the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And he comes in off of a tremendous game in the NFC Championship round 2 weeks ago. This has been a team all season long that's really taken their identity from their quarterback, and he's been very vocal in days leading up to this game that he believes that this is their time, and he's going to do all he can to will them to a Super Bowl win.
First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Running out of the gun with Etienne. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll run with Etienne and trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. On the return, here's Agnew. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
And he's been sensational. Season long, but he saved his best work for the playoffs, leading his guys to the AFC Championship a couple of weeks ago. and now he knows what lies ahead. He's going to need to play a near-perfect 4 quarters of football to get his guys to the finish line.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play action. Here's Hurts. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big play there on the catch and run. A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Steps away. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Browns are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lance. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. A handoff for ETN. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Lance. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Edwards. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 35. Here's a give to ETN. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 20-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Throwing on first down is Lance. And his throw here's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to the ground with ETN. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. The Lance going to throw. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Throwing now is Lance. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Chris Jones, he has now done it. That is career sack number 201. He has the all-time NFL record, surpassing the previous mark set by Hall of Famer Bruce Smith. And this one will be brought back to the 22. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line,
and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play that time for Cleveland.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from a defender.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And, Charles, everybody here this week talking about the quest for the 7th Super Bowl title for this head coach, one that would put him in the top spot in the modern era.
And you have to think that the way the league is constructed, Brandon, parity rules, right? So let's face it, my math is rudimentary, but you would think that the average team would win 1 Super Bowl every 32 years, right? And here he is trying to win his 7th. It absolutely boggles the mind and confounds the rest of the league.
And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, and he takes this one in for a Brown score. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Browns continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Here's Lance. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Browns are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. Butker on for the PAT. And it is now 21-0. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Chris Jones, his 2nd sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And they're set up in a golden position here right around the 10-yard line. On 1st and 10. It's Hurts. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Travis Kelce there to make the grab. And the Browns are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 28-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On is the punter Hecker as he gets this one away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
Lance now on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Lance again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Lance. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll find ETN out of the backfield. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Thus far, this Super Bowl has looked less like a contest and more like a coronation. And to call the second half, let's get it right back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Here's Christian McCaffrey to return it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
The Browns drive about to get started. starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 72 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And they're going to speed things up here. Here's Hurts to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. They go play action with Hurts. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 2nd down, a run with ETN. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On first down, Lance. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And the Browns will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. That catch good for only a couple.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
He'll get 3 up to midfield. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Browns. Travis Kelsey, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Browns are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now a play fake. Lance. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Christian Wilkins. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Working from the gun, Lance. And that's complete TTN out of the backfield. And they work this well upfield and cross the 45.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. And his throw is incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 85 yards rushing for him now. A big part, no doubt, of why they lead in this Super Bowl. On 1st down, Hurts dancing to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the 4th quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight. Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Chris Jones make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And his throw is going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And Lance now to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And apparently he knew what he was doing as he winds up bringing this out past the 25. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 113 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this Super Bowl.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And how about this? The dog pound gets the crowd. The Cleveland Browns are the Super Bowl champs. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
Just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.